So as you can see, our halyard has seen better days. It's pretty rusty here, and we're gonna recrimp a new connector.
Every single job on a boat requires a different tool, which you don't really go and buy every single tool. So thanks to Phil, we have the crimping machine. So our, what is it called? The line, the cable.
This guy here.
So that guy there, the cable so that we can hoist our headsail. It's not a halyard.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess it's a cable halyard. Yeah, so just because it's wire metal. Anyways, that thing is all corroded, rusty at the end. So we're gonna try to recrimp it. And Phil was nice enough to lend us all of his tools and little fittings. So let's have some fun.
But first I'm going to apply some tape right where I'm planning on cutting. Oop. If the tape will actually stick. So that our wire doesn't fray as we're cutting it.
Technical difficulties.
This thing. Starting to wonder.
Thing that just died on us. And I think that might be the one. It's just a little fat now, just because of the way we cut.
Off the tape.
I don't want it to open though. Is it gonna open?
Well, we'll just put a little less tape. Like,
You think?
If you take off like a layer of tape.
You don't think I can?
Oh, you can try it. Yeah, you're just pushing the tape through. But once you push it through, just put on a little tape just on the like one layer at the end.
Because I think. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems right as far as I can tell.
I get the cable through with this connector thing. Retape the end with electrical tape, and now we're gonna have to
Ideally, we
put
would.
this.
Ideally, we would have ran a thicker piece of heat shrink, a couple of them, onto the wire, and then we could have put it onto the end here. I don't know if it's easy enough for you to pull this back through, but that
Corey's giving me more work. He doesn't tell me all the steps, and then I go ahead and get overly excited.
well, that would be the better way. So then when we push this onto the little end piece here, thimble I think it's called, this swage will be close to there, and then the wire that's sticking out here can be heat shrunk a couple times. Well, we can leave this bit of tape, but that will just protect the end from unraveling a little bit, I think. That's the goal.
So now I put this, right?
Yeah.
You sure? Because I have retaped that end a couple of times. Just saying, I don't want to do that anymore.
You sure? It's fun, isn't it?
No, it's not. I'm afraid that it'll just like come apart. Actually, that one's staying on. It's kind of nice. Hey, so how much of this should be out? Like this much?
I don't know, we could do a little more because we have the protection of these.
Okay.
Make sure this
We
is
don't want
gonna-
to shrink it too much either, you know?
Make sure this is even going to fit in there.
Oh yeah. Look, it's beautiful.
Cool. So this crimp tool came with this little guide, so I think we figured out how it works. You use the guide to check your fitting here, your swage fitting, and it seems like the one we're using is 1/8, or sorry, 1/8, yeah, 1/8. I think. Let's see. Let's double check. No.
530.
532. So we gotta do 532.0 on here. So this one. So let's get this guy back together. It is pretty tricky one hand for sure.
Told you.
Alright, our last crimp.
Do we have a success?
It looks pretty good. Put this down. I call that a success. Excited?
Super excited. Look at this. this looks way better than this. Like, huge difference. Oh, this is nice. It's an exciting moment of our lives. We are trying to set up our new Dinghy Davits so that we can actually lift our dinghy out of the water and create some space in the cockpit, because our cockpit has been a storage and we kind of want to go sailing, and I really want to use our table as well. So let's get that on the go. So what's the game plan, Corey?
Well, we got our holes marked. We're gonna drill the first hole through and then bolt this piece on, which we got a fancy little rope just in case we happen to drop things. And then we'll use that to make sure my bolt pattern is in the right spot and drill the other two.
Making holes in the boat.
Get off now.
Not working, or?
No, it'll work. So we got it connected. Alex is in her new favorite hole.
I'm not sure if I like that hole. It's way smaller than the other one. It's just doesn't fit. It's like two of them fit, but then the other one I can't get on.
Okay, well I'll just make the holes bigger. Pass it again. Oh, there we go.
It just needs to be more outwards, not inwards.
Outwards, eh? Here you go.
And that thing is leaking like crazy.
I'm sure we can fix it. How's it going? Are you coming out? Are you gonna make it? Oh gosh.
Okay. We're out. It's so tight. Hot yoga. This is the caterpillar pose.
Caterpillar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the other one now. So those are the things I had to tighten from the inside of my hole. Excited?
Mm-hmm. We have davits. Look at that sexy butt. I mean, look at that dinghy. Look at that sexy dinghy.
What you talking about there? What you looking at? It's up! It's holding, and it's so much higher than the last one. So that should be quite a bit more solid. It's rated for 1,600 pounds, which this is way far from that. I mean, our rail would probably break before. But it's pretty awesome. Dan from Dragonfly at the marina gave us the Dinghy David, and we're trading off some work for him. Works out good.
What you up to?
I'm fixing our mainsail because last season when we took it out, we yanked a little bit too much on the Velcro inside holding the battens, and so we kind of ripped it. But tricky thing is, the Velcro is inside. So unless I unstitch the whole thing
So
to actually
where's the Velcro, sorry?
right in here. So there's two parts of the Velcro. That one goes in and sticks to this part. But yeah, so it's inside, so I can't really get access to it to sew it unless I take the whole thing out which I don't want to do. So right now I have one of the battens in the hole so that I don't stitch both sides together, and then I can actually sew through and only grab the Velcro in the one side of the pocket. It's really tricky, so I've got my vice grips, my sail thread, and it's going in.
Beauty. Looking good, looking good. Oh, and look, we got our spinnaker drying out because it was a little damp from storage. But thank you very much, Johnny, for letting us store our sails and a few of our things over at your house. You're a lifesaver. The boat would have been a lot more cramped without that space. What you doing? Where do we get these fancy water containers from?
We have some awesome friends that came back from the Bahamas, and we met them last fall, Jeff and Trish from Sailing Elixir. And so last fall they were heading down south, and they passed back through Port Colborne just last week. So they gave us a bunch of the water tank, diesel tanks, a bunch of guides for the Bahamas, ICW, Chesapeake Bay, Bahamian cell phone, and a harpoon. The deal though is that we do have to catch a lobster and take a picture. So it's pretty awesome.
Thanks, guys. You guys
Oh
rock.
yeah.
We got our mast up, but we never fully tightened down our rig, and we got a little wobble in our mast when we pull on the lines. So I'm gonna tighten everything down a little bit more, and later today I think we're gonna raise our mast or raise our sails and go out for a sail and see how the rig holds up and see if we need to tighten anything else. Let's do it.
It's really exciting, it fits. One thing I'm gonna say, last year we were total noobs when we ran our jib sheets, and you want to make sure you put them behind the shrouds, side stays, because last year we ran them on the inside, so make sure you put them out so that your sail actually flies properly. Curry is doing I don't know what.
Untangling our mess from when we put on our topping lift here.
So this is the halyard for our mainsail.
Batten down the battens! Heave! You don't need the winch handle.
It's easier.